Imagine this. You've been showing up to work every single morning for the last 10, maybe 15, even 20 years. You put in long hours, sacrifice weekends, and dutifully wait for that yearly raise. And yet, at the end of the month, the bank account doesn't really look different. So let me ask you, why is it that you can give up a lifetime of work and yet never see the wealth you dreamed of? And more importantly, how do you flip the script so that your 9 to 5 isn't the ceiling, but actually the launch pad? Stay with me until the end of this video, because the answer is both shocking and liberating. And by the time we finish, you'll see a path most people will never dare to notice, let alone take. If you're eager to build a life of abundance, hit subscribe now. We're committed to sharing proven methods and insights to help you succeed. Let's get started. Number 1. The myth of hard work equals wealth. Growing up, many of us were told, if you study hard, get a good job, and work diligently, you'll be rewarded. It's comforting but misleading. Why? Because in reality, wages are capped. Even if you're the hardest worker in your office, your raise will likely be 3 to 5% each year. But inflation in 2022 hit 9.1%. Do you see the trap? You might actually be running harder just to stay in the same place. Most employees make the mistake of measuring success in hours worked instead of value created. They think clocking in early and leaving late guarantees wealth. But the truth is, the marketplace doesn't pay for effort. It pays for leverage. So what's the alternative? Instead of asking, how many hours am I working? Ask, how much leverage does my work create? Can it be scaled, automated, or monetized without you physically being there every second? If tomorrow you stopped showing up to your job, how long would the money keep coming in? For most, the answer is 0 days, and that's the trap. Stop equating effort with wealth. Start looking at ways your work can outlive your effort, whether that's skill stacking, digital assets, or ownership. And speaking of ownership, let's peel back another layer that most employees never think about. Number 2. The invisible owner you work for. Here's a hidden truth. When you're an employee, no matter how high your salary, you're effectively renting your time to an owner. That owner could be the CEO, investors, or shareholders. Ever wondered why companies are obsessed with quarterly earnings? That's because the real wealth of the company doesn't go to salaries, it goes to equity holders. Let me hit you with this. Apple employees, on average, might earn $125,000 a year. Sounds impressive, right? But Apple shareholders in a single year recently gained over $100 billion collectively. That's the scale of difference between owning and working. The mistake most employees make? They never step onto the side of ownership. They collect paychecks instead of dividends. They trade time instead of holding assets that appreciate. What should you do? Even if you love your job, build parallel ownership. Buy shares. Start side assets. Own pieces of systems that work for you. Because if you never cross the line from worker to owner, you'll always be on the treadmill. But there's another, deeper reason employees rarely escape financially, and it's hidden in psychology. Number 3. Salary as a comfort drug. Your salary isn't just a paycheck, it's a tranquilizer. Psychologists have found an effect known as the comfort trap. When people receive predictable rewards, even at mediocre levels, their brain releases dopamine in a way that keeps them attached to stability, not growth. It's the same effect casinos use with small, frequent winnings to keep gamblers hooked. The subtle mistake? People confuse financial stability with financial growth, and stability feels safer, so they stay loyal to a paycheck rather than stretch into uncomfortable but lucrative opportunities. Ask yourself, have you ever turned down a risky but exciting opportunity because you didn't want to jeopardize your steady income? That's the comfort drug in action. To flip this, start redirecting at least 10–20% of your comfort paycheck into uncomfortable assets, things you don't completely understand yet, because growth always hides in discomfort. But I want to warn you, it's not just psychology. There's also cultural conditioning at play, and that's our next big surprise. Number 4. Why schools train employees, not owners. Do you remember being in school and hearing, the most important thing is to get good grades so you can get a good job? Notice the pattern, job, not ownership. Historically, our education system was designed during the Industrial Revolution, when governments wanted obedient, punctual workers for factories. Bells in schools mimic factory bells. Strict schedules mimic shifts. Even report cards mimic employee evaluations. So from childhood, We're groomed to be workers, not wealth creators. That's the cultural trap most employees never break free from. If schools taught you to follow rules, now is the time to teach yourself to break patterns. Self-education in money management, asset buying, and entrepreneurship is what flips the switch. But let's zoom into another invisible trap, one that quietly eats away at employees more than they realize: taxes. Here's another little-known fact. The tax system isn't neutral. It actively rewards owners and investors while punishing employees. A salaried employee might pay 25–35% income tax. An investor often pays 15% on capital gains. Business owners deduct expenses before paying tax. Employees can't. So in essence, the system itself is tilted away from employees. The mistake most make is ignoring this and assuming salaries build wealth after tax. They don't. After tax and inflation, wage growth often goes negative. The solution isn't tax evasion, it's strategy. Even employees can use tax-advantaged accounts like 401(k)s, Roth IRAs, or similar vehicles worldwide. But more importantly, move toward income streams that are taxed like ownership, not labor. Even if you had a great salary and beat taxes, there's another force that keeps employees broke. It's what I call the lifestyle inflation black hole. Ever noticed how most people upgrade their lives as soon as they upgrade their income? New car, bigger apartment, better vacations? That's lifestyle inflation. Here's the trap. Every salary increase gets consumed by expenses, leaving net worth stagnant. Data shows that 78% of workers live paycheck to paycheck, even high earners making over $100,000. Why? Lifestyle inflation. The mistake isn't earning, it's spending like wealth grows in sync with paychecks. Spoiler, it doesn't. Treat salary increases as invisible. If you get a $10,000 raise, invest 80% and live off the old balance. That way, your lifestyle doesn't steal your wealth. So far, we've seen structural traps: wages, taxes, lifestyle. But the real prison is deeper: our psychology about money. Humans are wired for safety. Psychologists call it loss aversion. We fear losing $100 twice as much as we enjoy gaining $100. That's why employees cling to jobs, even if the job is draining, underpaid, and limits wealth. Confusing job security with life security. Jobs can vanish: recessions, layoffs, AI replacements. In fact, by 2030, estimates suggest automation could replace up to 375 million jobs. So ask yourself, how secure is security? Really? Flipping the script means creating security not from a boss's paycheck, but from multiple independent streams. That's real-life insurance. And speaking of streams, what wealthy people quietly know is the 3C model. And it's something no employee handbook will ever teach. Number 8. The 3C model: create, compound, control. Here's a gem. The wealthy systematically operate under 3 principles: create, build an asset, business, intellectual property, content. Compound, let it grow with time and returns reinvested, stock market, real estate. Control, influence their destiny, not waiting on HR for raises. Contrast that with employees. They create hours, not assets. They spend, not compound. They accept, not control. That's the wealth divide in 3 lines. Anyone, even employees, can start shifting toward 3 C's in parallel. Write, invest, create micro assets. Number 9. Skill stacking versus job titles. Employees think in titles. I'm an accountant. I'm a programmer. I'm a manager. But wealth builders think in skills. They stack complementary talents that unlock leverage. For example, being an average copywriter plus an average video editor equals to a rare, high-value skill combo for digital content. An average coder plus average marketer equals to SaaS founder skills. The mistake is clinging to one skill job identity forever. Think about this. Have you noticed how polymaths, people who mix skills, often become leaders, founders, creators? That's not by accident. It's stacking to escape wage prison. Number 10. The dopamine economy and your brain. Let's close with a truth few talk about. Social media, Netflix, constant distractions, they're all part of the dopamine economy. And employees stuck in low-energy dopamine loops have no capacity left to build assets after hours. The rich protect dopamine. They delay instant gratification. They channel energy into creation, not endless consumption. So here's the final challenge. Guard your brain. Turn evenings not into endless scrolling, but into creating small systems, content, assets. 1 year of this discipline can outrun 10 years of stagnant employment. So now step back. Why do employees never get rich? Because they chase hard work instead of leverage. Because they rent time but never own assets. Because salaries sedate them. Schools program them. Taxes drain them. Lifestyles inflate. Fears hold them back. But how do you flip it? You start seeing salary not as the reward but as fuel. You convert comfort into creation. You prioritize ownership over hours, education over obedience, assets over lifestyle inflation. This isn't theory, it's a decision. And that decision can turn a paycheck into a freedom ticket. I believe in sharing knowledge that transforms lives. If this resonated with you, like the video, share it with someone who needs it and subscribe to continue this journey with me. Now, if you want to know about 8 money engines, then watch this video. I'll see you there.